Yo, what's up, y'all? Getting her to discuss her sexual past, and this is actually lead to something bigger. But the first thing you have to do before we get to the bigger elements of this is getting her to discuss her sexual past. Now, let's be real. There's a big deal out there, men talking about a woman's body count. Most men don't want to hear it. Most men are going to judge her. No. When you with a, well, first of all, think about something first. Unless she's a teenager, which I strongly recommend you don't mess with teenagers because most of the guys on here in their 20s at a minimum, and you don't want to catch a case. She is not likely going to be a virgin. Indeed, many teenagers out here aren't virgins. Look, here's the reality. When you meet a woman, she's likely had some other dick inside of her. That's just a reality. That's just a reality. You got to deal with that reality, And it's not even about how many dicks she had inside. She had one dick inside of her, it might as well be 100. Seriously. Reason why I'm saying it that way is it don't matter. Somebody been up in there before you. Only thing that should matter is how she's acting while she's with you. So if she's cheating while she's with you, that's a problem. If she's still flirting with other men, which can lead to cheating, that's a problem. But whatever she did before she got to you, that's not an issue. She had a life before you. You don't judge it, or at least at the very minimum, you don't show that you judging what she's done before she got with you. See, the thing is, you want her to get comfortable discussing her sexual past and what she's done and how she's done it. And before you can even get to that point, you got to be comfortable with your own sexual nature. You got to be comfortable with it. Dick size and everything. You got to be comfortable with it before you can get her comfortable. Because she can see if you're comfortable. Now, first you comfortable with yourself. Then she'll start opening up. And she ain't gonna do it right away. She might throw out some stuff and see how you respond. Like she might say something like, "Yeah, that girl, she done been around and did her thing with all these guys and everything." Now, a lot of guys that say, "Yeah, she a hoe," and be talking, and the woman to discuss it with you, knowing the woman been with just as many men. But if she ever say that about another woman, just say, "Hey, she did her thing. Yeah, ain't no big deal." Right? Then you're going to find with the woman, she'll test you, but you pass those little tests where you don't show any concern about a woman's count or whatever, or anything sexual about a woman. Then she going to start discussing herself. See, understand one thing with women. They'll test the waters first. They'll test the waters. Because if you act like you got a problem, they're going to agree with you. But if you act like, hey, ain't no big deal, they're not. Like, I remember this woman that I used to see at one of my local grocery stores. And all she said was, she was talking about somebody else, and she was just like, yeah, she probably whipped it up on him. And she was like, oh, sorry. And I was like, yeah, whatever. Right? Why I say that? She got real open sexually with me after that. She got open sexually because I wasn't pressed about it. See, here's the thing. You got to get her to open up. And it ain't going to be right away. She ain't going to just sit there and say, well, I did this guy. In most cases, they won't. But she might throw something out. If you act like, whatever, she'll start throwing out more. Then she'll start throwing out about herself. Because one thing, even with that count thing, I always say women one don't even bother asking them anyway. They're either going to tell you the truth, which you ain't going to like, or lie, which you might find out the hard way. She might tell you about a couple boyfriends, right? Like, say she told you about 4 past boyfriends, right? All right, she done told you about 4. But you out somewhere and some motherfucker who she didn't tell you about come running up on her. And she looking all happy, smiling. In fact, he might come up and hug her all tight and shit in front of you like you ain't even there. And you be like, damn, who's this guy? And you be like, wait a minute. Who is this guy? And you be asking and shit, and you be like, damn, you don't even know who the fuck that is. So you don't want that, but you want to get her comfortable where she let you know at least about most of the guys anyway. and get her comfortable where she talks freely around you, including what she likes in bed, especially that. And if she hit you with a move, she learned it somewhere. She got it with somebody. And shit, just be like, hey, just go with it as long as it feel good, right? But you got to get her comfortable. That's the key word, comfortable. Comfortable, and don't judge. Don't judge her sexual drive. Now, this leads to something even bigger, and I'll get into that in the next episode, all right? So anyway, I'll talk to y'all. Peace and blessings.